Welcome everybody. We're listening to this Lama chanting the Vajra song, chanted Rinpoche. Let that chant bring us into meditative awareness. Friends on the internet. We'll extend to our ancestors, the mothers and the fathers, the mothers and fathers, the generation field of which you and I are expressions. When we're in awareness, there's a very thin veil between this dimension and the next. Our mind alone, it is an abyss. Then we stand to all the great teachers and yogis, all those people throughout our life. The invisible becomes visible. Mirrors of recognition, primordial awareness. Then we extend to all the different traditions, themselves, fields of knowledge, information, and light. And with geography being so tiny, information so available, they can mix in our bodies and become universal people. Tribal boundaries thinning slowly but surely. And then we'll make one more extension of our awareness into awareness. We'll extend into the archetypal dimension, the archetypes, Sambhogakaya dimension, the vortexes, the energy, the devas and dakinis, deities, those personifications, symbolizations, and invoke the Divine Mother in her many forms, dakini. So let's remain with our eyes closed for a little while. I'd like to welcome everybody. That song's one of the Vajra songs, and these Vajra songs arise spontaneously in the awareness of great practitioners as they experience the expression of the realization of awareness embodied. So this is a song by Chadru Rinpoche. We read it before. It's really very, very great. It says, Emoho, or fantastic. This melody, let me just sit with our eyes closed inside. This melody of timeless awareness, utter lucidity, free of elaboration. This web of unceasing magic, the manifestation of union. This web is the world and all the different dimensions. Then he says this, sovereign lord of all the mandalas, the lake-born Vajra. So at this moment he's invoking the primordial guru as Padmasambhava. Grant us, here's the request, grant us the single blessing to realize that all appearances are the dharmakaya, that all appearances are primordial awareness. The outer environment is like a charnel ground, and the gathering place co-emergent with being itself. And within it are assembled the deities of the naturally occurring Vajra forms. So this is a very multidimensional world we live in, And in the youthful exuberance of this inexhaustible, sublime bliss, and dance the dance to this immutable song of this primordial, unborn sound, the sublime vibrations. As we brothers and sisters are gathered here, joined together by both karma and aspiration, and partaking of this celebration, the light, enjoying the wealth of sublime bliss. And I offer my single aspiration that we meet again as one, and gathering for this celebration in the palace of the lotus light, in the pinnacle of the pure realms. Really glad everyone here in this spring morning. And this morning we're going to go pick apart a little topic again of this embodiment of the light. This embodiment of awareness as light. But before I start, I'm going to read my favorite quote of ever and ever. I cannot find my favorite quote of ever. Here it is. Although hundreds or thousands of explanations are given, there's only one thing to be understood. Know the one thing that liberates everything. Awareness itself, your true nature. Dzogchen Rinpoche. And it's really true that here, We don't study phenomenology for phenomenology's sake. We study phenomenology, this art of articulating experience, for the sake of awareness. And we don't study Kazmir-Shaivism for the sake of Kazmir-Shaivism. We study Kazmir-Shaivism for the sake of awareness. And we don't study Dzogchen for the sake of Dzogchen, but for the sake of awareness. We don't study Qigong for the sake of Qigong, but for the sake of awareness. And although this is a seminar supposedly ultimately for healing and psychotherapy, we don't focus on others, huh? We actually focus on ourselves, because the actual instrument, whether you're a therapist or whatever you are, is your own awareness. A lot of time is wasted focusing on everybody else other than one's own awareness. Because with that, everything will become manifest. It's in case we wonder why we're here. This embodiment of awareness as a light. And again, we'll suspend our minds just a little bit, the approche, to free our awareness to become aware of its own self. We relocate for a little bit. Then once we're in the awareness state, we then integrate our minds. Then this practice of becoming aware of awareness, and becoming aware of our own awareness, the qualities of this awareness, this field, becomes more and more manifest, more known, more felt. This felt sense of the presence of awareness becomes embodied, becomes flesh, luminous flesh, awakened awareness, body of light. And as the experience of awareness unfolds, slowly but surely, the qualities of awareness become experienced and become embodied. The quality of spaciousness, or primordial openness, unbound openness, unfolds. And the quality of the light, the quality of being the light, the felt sense of lightness, the experience of radiance, the experience of the radiance of the field flowing beyond our body boundaries. This quality, this light, this radiance can also be experienced as energy, energia, shakti, chi, mahasukha, this bliss that overcomes suffering. Fullness, completeness, enoughness. This light, this radiance manifests, bringing forth the quality of compassionate resonance, knowingness as light, and so the quality of non-duality, of oneness, of indivisibility arises inside to inside, directness, unmediated, primordial bondedness, primordial at-homeness, self-arisen, self-liberation arises naturally. this unfolding process of embodiment of this foundational state manifest over time and through time. Timeless awareness in time. Initially, in the beginning, we may feel that we are holding the experience. We're holding awareness. We're awareness holders. We carry it. And then one day, we begin to experience as if we were entering into it, entering into this awareness, this field above us and below us, in front of us and through us. We're in the field and surrounded by this sphere, S-P-H-E-R-E, of awareness. We're in the qualities. We're in the spaciousness. We're in the light. We're in the energy. We're in resonance. And then, in time, one moment, one day, we become this field of the energy, the Shakti, the Chi, and we become the field of the light, and we become spaciousness, and we become openness, we become resonance, we become non-duality within duality. Ahama, I am becoming what I am, who I am. And so, as this experience unfolds, we begin to experience these qualities as not only the qualities of our own innermost awareness, this lucidity, this light, but we begin to experience this quality of the lucidity in phenomena, the light in appearances, lucidity in otherness, lucidity in people, lucidity in our animals, and lucidity in things, in our house, in buildings, in gardens. And so, the appearance of phenomena are lucent unto themselves, the light within. The appearances of phenomena are lucent unto themselves, the light within. That's an Upeshadaya. It's an instruction. And so we begin to experience this light, this lucidity, not only within our own being, our own bodies, within our own innermost awareness, but within the bodies of others, within the being of human beings. So in this way, our innermost lucidity meets the lucidity of phenomena. Our own innermost energy meets the energy of otherness. The spaciousness of our sense of the openness meets the spaciousness inherent in everything and anything. One place, open, unbound place. sense, or as the sense of non-duality within us, and the non-duality permeating through us meets the non-duality beyond us. Within the duality of phenomena, non-duality manifests. Or as the Dakini said to Durjam Lingpa, you and I are indivisible. And there is a you, and there is an I. There's oneness within difference, and there's difference within the oneness. Or as Heraclitus said 2,000 years ago in the marketplace in Greece, the world is absolute oneness, and the world is absolute difference. Actually, these qualities are the qualities, as we know, of human love, the sense of love. The sense of humanness, which is actually the sense of humanness, which is actually the great compassion. The sense of humanness is the great compassion. The light is humanness, and humanness as light. In our experience of appearance, within our experience of the lucidity of appearance, the lucidity of human faces, some actually suggest that human experience is a delusion. This unhappy and distorting suggestion is itself a delusion. This invalidation of what is obvious and what is at presence in appearing. The light of appearance, the light of manifestation, the divinity of appearance is negated by dissociative assumptions as to the unreality of human experience. This is an invalidation of the naturalness of experience, the naturalness of direct knowingness, and an invalidation of the manifestation of phenomena as the dharmakaya. The qualities of awareness are completely eminent. The radiance of the light is completely eminent within everything and everyone. This radiance radiates from within to within, inside to inside, naturally present, simultaneously within us and between us, always, in every context and every circumstance, no matter how beautiful or how horrific, simultaneously. As Swami Muktananda would say so often, God dwells within us as us. For Baba, Swami Muktananda, awareness is God. Mystic humanism. The mysticism of being human consciousness, which is consciousness itself. Humanness as light, and light as humanness. Muktananda would also say, no one owns this understanding. No religion, nor culture, nor group, no country. This experience cannot be institutionalized. As Namkhe Norbo, the great Dzogchen master, would say, very similarly, this Dzogchen, this experience of awareness as awareness, this light, is beyond any religion, beyond culture, beyond East and beyond West, beyond all the forms of corporate ownership. The Guru is the process of self-revelation. The Guru is the process of self-revelation. Primordial awareness revealing itself to itself, as us. This logos, this word, this natural unfolding of experience of primordial awareness, manifesting the light as the light in everyone. The radiance of self-awareness, the radiance of self-experience, and the radiance of phenomena and appearance intrinsically present within everyone and with everything. The Guru is this radiance, this light of awareness, and the light within every circumstance and every drama. And so radiance within us experiences the radiance within all phenomena and all appearance. Self-liberation. And so again, non-duality within duality arises, and within duality, non-duality becomes felt, known, self-liberation, ever so briefly. It is true that all liberation is self-liberation, the light liberating the light. Here's another Dzogchen instruction. Given that appearances are lucid unto themselves, like a face within a mirror, this liberation is liberation itself. Appearances are lucid unto themselves. Phenomena is the radiance of awareness unto itself. Appearances are the expanse of the dharmakaya. And so we can take or receive phenomena as our companion of radiance. And so we can take or receive phenomena as our companion of radiance. Then, this is a mysterious statement, then everything is the sole state of placement. Actually, the Guru is the radiance of the innermost awareness, revealing itself in everything and through anything. The grace bestowing of the divine ground of being. And actually for Swami Muktananda, the Guru was a function. The Guru is not a person. And he participated in this function just like you and I participate in this wondrous function of the radiance, the light of awareness. In a certain way, not completely, the Guru is a relational metaphor. And as this process of self-revelation of the light taking place within us and between us, it is like there's a me and there's a you, and then within us and between us is this manifestation of awareness, this radiance becoming visible, the invisible becoming visible. Gratitude sustains everything. Gratitude sustains this experience of self-revelation, of the invisible becoming visible. So gratitude to the Guru and for the Guru is gratitude to and for this mysterious function we all participate in, knowing it or not. This function in which the radiance of awareness manifesting in everything and anything as everything and anything as anyone. Actually, it is important to take ownership of self-liberation. Actually, it's really important to take ownership of self-liberation. If not, you and I will be waiting and waiting and waiting for Godot. We'll be waiting to be liberated from the outside of our own innate awareness. As Lord Buddha said as he was dying, light your own fire. We'll be waiting for the blessing from our own superego. Waiting for the blessing from our superego. That is truly waiting for Godot. Equal vision is not simply a result of self-liberation. but the equality of awareness in everything and everyone. Equivision is the action of invoking self-liberation. And equivision undoes all forms of hierarchy, all forms of better and best. Equivision dismantles theocracies. Think of Charles Constantine, 325 AD, forming the Holy Roman Empire, horse and sword and cross in hand. Equivision dismantles the infinite forms of caste systems, both in this life and beyond. Rigpa is the great eraser. Rigpa dismantles the union of royalty and spirituality. Rigpa dismantles the difference of spirituality and life. We'll sit for a few moments and we'll meditate together. As Yongdang Rinpoche, the great Dzogchen master, would say, the great compassion, absolute compassion is his exact words, is this capacity of extending this awareness, this light, into another person, into their present, into their past, into their future. Then he went beyond that into circumstances, situations, extending this light. We started this sequence about 2 months ago where we would find ourselves sitting in meditation. Then meditation's over with. Then we leave meditation. We leave the fetish seat and walk away, and suddenly, bewildered and bewitched one more time, so we sit again. great to have my friend also send those letters simultaneously of him going through a similar experience. So I hope we're all been moving into this appearances as dharmakaya, as primordial awareness, light, divinity. Everywhere, every place. It's not deep, deep within me. So let's do a little one or two more inquiries like we've been doing of late. But that's okay, and then we'll do a group experience. Welcome, Jan. Good to see you over there. So, let's work with awareness today a little bit today. Would that be okay with you? And of course, we know what any of us can do, we all can do. That is the most important assumption. You want to understand. So, Jan, what are you with right now? What's it like to experience that fullness?
There's Amrita to it. It's grounded at the same time.
What does that word, and I'm just translating, other people can hear, amrita and groundedness simultaneously. Would you mind, and if you don't mind feeling me a little bit more over here, and Elizabeth, and some of the people making that connection, and then as we make that connection to you, what you're saying will be felt in us. What is that amrita like?
It's there's bliss and love mixed together. There's a feeling of being blessed, and it's saturating, permeating.
Would you mind focusing on that bliss, that mahasukha, that is saturating, just for a moment? And can you feel me over here also?
Yes.
Let's stay with that in-between state. And what is that bliss like? How does that support you, even at this moment, that bliss?
There's a lucidity with it. There's freedom in it. I feel that
There's freedom in it. There's
feel that oneness with everything. I feel you. I feel people in the room. I feel.
Isn't that interesting? When you feel oneness with one person, it actually becomes everything. Isn't that really interesting? When you feel oneness with, or the indivisibleness with one person, you feel the oneness of everything and anything. As you gaze, let yourself gaze. What's it like as you gaze? Because Dzogchen is a gazing practice ultimately, whether the eyes are open or closed. What's it like as you're gazing into us here?
As I gaze, I'm even more aware of lucidity and the radiance. And there's a glow everywhere.
The glow, like you look luminously, there's red light around you at this moment, like that shining. Does this give you confidence to be in this world? Are you a sissy?
Not anymore.
Not anymore, yeah. Sometimes people think to experience awareness and the bliss of awareness, you become a sissy. Actually, it's quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. And what are you experiencing now?
I'm feeling my spine is strengthening, and I'm just feeling a lot of power in my spine, and it's just filling me
into the upper, yes, sky above, earth below. That column of light, the energy. Do you feel Elizabeth? Can you feel Elizabeth?
Yes.
What's it like to feel her directly, unmediatedly?
It feels like the presence of Divine Mother. I'm feeling, that's how it feels.
Yes. What's it like as a very ordinary person to experience both personhood and the archetypical manifestation simultaneously?
There's a protection in it.
How is that protective?
It helps me to hold all of this, and it feels, the only thing I can think of to explain it, it feels like a safety net.
It feels like a safety net, yes. I'll make a comment to you. Sometimes we say the mother is the first guru, right? And sometimes the experience of the mother is not always easy for different people at different times and places, right? And at the same time, we have that sense that for that person, the archetypical dimension comes through. And so they live and they survive. Would otherwise be impossible. What's it like to know that?
It does feel like that explains the safety net feeling, that there's, no matter what the reality is in this world, so to speak, there's so much more, and it's always there, and it's always connected to that.
Do you feel yourself embodying this awareness, this embodiment taking place?
Yes.
What is that like to feel your body embodying this awareness, this presence, this luminosity? Different words.
There's clarity, there's a certain kind of calm, there's gnosis.
What do you mean by gnosis?
It's tapping into something with spontaneity that feels true, that that I trust, and it's unmediated in a certain kind of way. I don't have to think it out. It just is spontaneous.
It's you. It's actually you. Welcome back, Karen. How are you doing?
Okay.
Feeling good?
Pretty good.
Good. What's happening for you right now?
I feel like I feel a lot of the water element around
Mm-hmm.
this morning, and just a glistening softness and light. It's very diffuse and ethereal. I feel like there's a softness in my body and my heart.
What's it like to be at this moment in this softness, in this soft touch?
It feels like there's a glowing, warm space, like I'm sitting in a warmth of light and blessings.
Do you like integrating your mind into this space, into this softness? Do you like integrating your mind?
Yeah, that's kind of the best part.
How is that the best part?
Otherwise, I feel separate, dissociated, like a Picasso painting.
So well said. Isn't that amazingly true? That you could be in awareness and yet dissociated from your mind, and so it's a bit, it's not quite there yet. Almost there, but not quite there. And as you integrate your mind, then you integrate the world at that point. And what are you with now?
There's a circular movement of energy around within me
Mm-hmm.
and around me.
You can feel like the the snake or the dragon with the tail in its mouth coming around through your body. Mm-hmm. It's enhancing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's strengthening, and there's so much, so much power inside the body.
Isn't it amazing? You can experience at times even when a person is dying, and they're dying, and all that power is in them, even as their body is collapsing. Deathless awareness. Is Laura here? Can she turn the webs the? Okay, okay. Because I think I'd like to unmute that. We'll wait till Laura comes in. So let's see. Carolyn, how you doing over there?
I'm doing great.
What's happening?
Well, I feel
That's our favorite question. What's happening?
I feel as though I'm floating. I'm in the room, I'm in my chair.
You like the sense of fluidity?
Yes.
The fluidity of being, fluidness? Can you feel me over here?
Yes.
And can you feel Carol over here? There's Carol. And can you feel the lady sitting over under Tara? My mind's going blank. Kate. Can you feel Kate?
Yes.
What's it like to be able to expand your awareness where you feel yourself experiencing different people simultaneously in the situation?
It feels like we're in the middle of a body of light, and the vibration
What's it like?
is alive and functioning like when you plug something into the
Yes.
wall.
It's so interesting that sense of aliveness is actually very intrinsic to awareness. You with me? Aliveness is intrinsic to awareness. The vibration, the sublime vibration, the pulsation, the primordial pulsation. And Laura, you're going to turn on that. I think I'm going to talk to Anna if she's there. Mm-hmm. Are you gaining confidence in this unfolding?
We just lost it.
We lost her? Okay, that's okay. Do you feel confidence more and more? Yes, Carol.
Oh, absolutely. I feel in a way that I've gone to a new level in the last few days.
Yes, I think that's happening to many people of late. Is moving into this spot of being in awareness more often than not. Is that okay for me to say that to you? What's it like to be in that continuum?
It's it's very reassuring. It's nurturing. I feel that my heart is being nurtured constantly, regardless of the reality I'm in.
What does that feel like to feel that nurturing arising in the heart essence and you being nurtured from simultaneously, regardless of the context that you're in? Because that's a pretty exquisite statement.
I feel like I'm myself. I feel like I've come home to doing.
Yes, you can feel that empowerment, huh? The dynamic empowerment of awareness, huh? We're holding awareness today. There's a new person here visiting. What's your name?
Myra,
Hi, Mara.
hi.
What's happening for you this morning?
Well, this morning, to tell you the truth, everything, it was so loud for me that
Oh, really?
yes, there was a reverberation sitting over
Over
there.
there?
Yes, so it was hard for me to hear. I just couldn't really hear
You're
the sound.
sensitive, eh?
Very sensitive to
Cool.
sound.
To sound, yeah.
Yes, everything.
Yeah. So, actually, sensitivity is a good thing. You just have to not have things too loud.
I think I have to figure out where to sit in the room.
Yeah, maybe over there might be a good spot. What are you experiencing at this moment, just as we're chatting? What's happening? Just as we're chatting.
I think I'm trying to feel open, and I
Mm-hmm.
usually do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was feeling kind of stuck in the corner
You were locked
there,
in, trapped, huh?
and a little shy that I didn't want to disturb
Yeah.
people to get out of the space, and so I think
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm still coming down from that feeling.
Yes. So maybe sometimes you might be locked in a little bit more. Just our senses close up a little bit more, and then we slowly start to thaw out. Glad to have you here.
Thank you. I'd love to come back.
Great. You're welcome, and you just keep away from the loudness here. Glad to have you here. Let's see over there. Let's see who's over there in the dark side of the place. There's always a light and there's always the darkness, right? Uh, who's way over there in the corner? Way, way over there.
Nancy.
Who's that?
Nancy.
Okay, Nancy. Hi. I very much appreciated your work last week. In fact, that influenced this little talk today. In fact, that work you did helped move me into this talk. You with me? The naturalistic phenomena. Hello? The naturalistic place. You follow me? So I'm going to move on since you helped already last week. And who's the person next to you? How are you doing? What's happening? You have to speak a little louder. I'm sorry, hon. Okay, you were confused and it's unwinding. What had more power than you were expecting, if you don't mind? Okay. As mellow, so the bass line felt really kind of whirling. Yeah, vortexual, like vortex. So as it unwinds, it still has that fly, that vortexual power to it. What's it like to encounter that power? Just to feel all that power in front of you, around you, before you.
Initially confusing.
It is confusing and bewildering, isn't it? And then what happens? Or what is happening?
There's a moment between that and this where you want to express it. But
If you want to express it, but if you do,
you lose it really, or leave it out.
yes, but if you express it, you might lose it, huh?
Right. Past that, it drops you lower.
So past you go that, then you start dropping lower or into that dimension, huh?
And then it's wider.
And then it becomes wider and not so contained.
And then I'm reconnected.
So now you're reconnected outward. Yeah. So sometimes as we go into awareness, there's a vortexual dimension, right? And sometimes the vortex is very, very contained. It's so strong. You with me? And then you start to relate to it or drop into it, and then it starts expanding out. Are you having a good time today? Do you feel connected to Skip, that person right there?
It's kind of two. I feel the connection that I don't have to pay attention to.
Okay, I feel the connection that I don't have to pay attention to. That is great. It is not intentional connection. It's there. The field is there. And
And I can also go into that
if you wish,
if I want.
if you want.
That's a possibility.
That's a possibility if you want. Do you like having this skill, this capacity of being in this field that you can enter into deeper or less?
Yeah. Especially
Yes, especially.
because it feels there's more texture there. I have that ability to define it with the awareness if I want.
Mhm. It has more texture, like a felt sense. Mhm. Are you learning something from this morning?
Yeah,
What might that be?
it's two things. It's internally experiencing my reaction was surprising.
Yes, my own reaction was surprising, right, stunning.
And then to feel this is a new landscape. So it's both of these things operating, but it's kind of the same thing inside, outside.
Yes, it's really interesting, isn't it? The simultaneously of paradoxical experience. Part of the drama of being in awareness is the paradoxicalness of experience. And I see Skip shaking his head yes. So now I'm going to, because in our little seminar, we know the field comes through all of us. And so that's the teacher here ultimately. Skip, would you mind just describing what you are experiencing about simultaneousness?
So it's multiple simultaneousnesses,
Okay.
if that's a word.
Sounds good.
uh, so one is just unbounded openness, unbounded light, no horizon, no boundary, just.
Okay.
And then the other is just this incredible heat. So when he was talking about the vortex, but it's like beyond the vortex, it's just pure fire.
Thank you so much. It's like that poem of Buddha. How do you guys? The fire of Buddha. The Buddha. What's the one? The world is fire. This is fire talk. This is fire. That's, huh?
Fire sermon.
The fire sermon. Thank you. It's just intense. So here we. Hi, welcome over there. How are you doing?
Good.
What's happening?
I was just listening to Skip, and it was funny that right before he said that, I just felt so much burning,
Yes.
chest. It was radiating, almost to the point of being uncomfortable, but also wonderful. And so I thought that was interesting timing, as it just started happening before he said that.
Simultaneously.
Yeah.
So what's it like for you to be gaining your expertise in awareness? What's it like to be that you're more and more invoking and living in the awareness field? What's it like for you, even right at this moment?
You know, I think it's really fun because it's a journey. It's like every minute changes a little bit. I
Mhm.
feel different things. I go into different spaces. Like earlier, I felt really grounded in my sort of in my pelvis, but then
Mhm.
my upper body felt like it was attached by strings, kind of like floating around.
Floating out there.
Very
Mhm.
spacious.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think the fun thing about that I'm enjoying is being able to sort of play with it and to go. I think Alex was just saying, there's a texture to the energy where you can sort of decide. It's intentional. You can decide what you want to feel, what you don't, but it's always there. You can kind of choose which direction
Mhm.
or which aspect of the
Mhm.
field you want to focus on or be
Mhm.
sort of more involved
Mhm.
with.
It sounds like you're starting to feel actually a sense of choice in what is happening or how to work with what's happening. That's what it sounds like. Does that feel true to you?
Definitely.
What's it like to feel that acute sense of choice arising for you, even in this field of awareness? What's it like to feel choice? Actually, self-liberation, to me, is actually having choice.
It feels really empowering, and I loved what you said. I actually wrote it down, so I should have it, about self-liberation and light your own fire.
Mhm.
And I just think that that's sort of the theme of what we're working with too, with that feeling of being on fire. And but certainly, self-liberation I think is empowering, and being able to choose how you interact with and I don't want to say play with,
Yeah,
but sort of
but in the play, yeah.
with the energy is
Mhm.
yes, and you can sort of be a part of it all the time, but also choose how you want to be.
Yes, and actually choosing how we want to be in this particular drama. Are you feeling more embodied? Do you feel that happening for you, that you're more in the body?
Definitely, I think that's what I was noticing a lot earlier was this feeling of real groundedness in my lower half of my body, almost like a heaviness, and then feeling the spaciousness sort of in the upper half.
In the upper half,
There's a nice sort of dichotomy there, but also wholeness.
a balance. Thank you so much. So, how you doing, Fran? What's happening?
Well, when we were, right now, I feel like I'm just doing ordinary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because when other people talk, I tend to say to myself, well, I don't feel like that, or I don't feel like that.
So when other people talk, you're differentiating yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
But when you were just leading us in meditation, I felt this, felt it in my chest, and I felt it in my,
What did you feel in your chest?
just really, like a sweetness, almost like a pain, just,
Yeah, sometimes when that center is being stretched, there's an ache to it, you know.
And then I also at the same time feel this, it's like it's like my head is opening up,
Hmm?
inside my head.
What's that like to feel this whole area starting to open up for you? What is it like to feel that open place?
When I feel like that, it feels like that is what's real.
Right.
And that when I'm not in that space, that's when I'm in like a unreal, collapsed, disassociated.
Yes, that is a very useful experience for all of us. When we feel this inner opening, whether here or here, we feel this inner openness of awareness opening in the body. There's a feeling of reality, of actually being more real than at times when we're in a quasi-dissociative state. Are you having a good time? Do you feel those two people next to you? Try it for a second. Stretch. What's it like as if you are?
I have to say I feel Alex beside me.
Okay, what's it like to feel that attunement or that resonance to Alex?
There's like a safety here.
The safety arises, Great. And then person next to Fran. Hi. How you doing? And what's happening?
I am having an amazing time figuring out from the inside what's going on.
Okay, so what's it like? What are you figuring out what's going on? That's a great statement. What's going on? God, if we only knew.
It's like being a detective inside your body.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
You're snooping around?
yeah. And I've been really noticing a pattern and the way I'm diverging from it.
So you've been noticing a pattern, and now you can feel the divergence from that pattern. And what is the pattern, and how are you diverging?
So the pattern is as we sat down, immediately I sank into the feeling. There's a real sense of sinking.
Sinking in, yes.
Beautiful deliciousness and aliveness.
Deliciousness and aliveness, right?
And I've been feeling that and have not stopped feeling that in my body. It sort of feels like the light body coming in and infusing the cells with light.
Yeah. There's like the light body, a subtle body of light coming in and starts to infuse us as ordinary people. What's it like to feel that infusion? It's a good word. Infusion is a great word. What's it like to feel the infusion?
Well, this is where the pattern comes in. There's almost two ways in which I experience that. The first is I go into the blissed out state.
Blissed out state. Dribbling a little bit, but
Right. It's wonderful.
sort of like being at the bar.
And what happens is it can either take me into that place of total blissed out, no mind, no integration of mind.
Right?
And instead of quite going there, I was holding on to the mind, noticing when I then wanted to escape into mind,
Mm-hmm.
and noticing something else, which is that the only place in my body, as I began to really feel the way that the light was
Settling in.
that felt uncomfortable, was in the pit of my stomach.
The pit of your stomach.
There is a kind of contraction, a feeling of discomfort, and I recognized the pattern
And you recognize the pattern.
that I typically do of either going into that discomfort and foreclosing everything else.
I'm going to pause. It's really helpful. So there's a discomfort, a pain. So we go into the pain, and then we foreclose everything else.
Right. And that is such an habitual thing for me.
Yes, it's a habituated process, right?
And it's huge.
And it's
then
really big and
goes
organizes you.
along,
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like the feeling of discomfort is scary, or the neural pathways are so embedded.
So embedded, so track. It's the tracks are there.
Right. It's a very well worn groove, and so I go from that feeling of discomfort or pain or whatever it is I don't want to feel into the mind, which then of course takes me out of the experience of being in the light and the body, and I despair of why can't I get back to it?
And then you're into despair.
Right. Right. It's like what you described earlier about in here it's blissful. You leave after sitting and you're back into the foreclosure.
So paradoxically, between mind and body is the opening of awareness
Yes.
that eventually can integrate mind and body. Or as they say in the object relationship world, pain is a primary object for us. You with me? Pain. And then we get organized by pain. And the pain body starts becoming very strong. So to get out of pain, we can dissociate and go into our mind. You with me? Which itself is now dissociated from a form of embodiment. And we can bounce back and forth. How are you doing now with this option that you're working with? This
Well, what's wonderful about this is that, like often in the past, instead of doing the full closure,
full cut, yeah.
I've been experiencing the two as, I wouldn't say inseparable, I would say I've been experiencing both at once.
Simultaneous. That paradox, you're experiencing them both simultaneously. And to experience them simultaneously, you are in awareness. Because awareness is where the mastery of simultaneous experience takes place. That's really helpful for all of us. You guys follow her discussion, that exquisite discussion? Really helpful. I would love if you write that up sometime.
Okay.
It's really clear. And, you know, more and more when you're speaking and you're describing your processes, you're exquisitely clear. And in your clarity, you communicate that to all of us. And that helps us understand not only our own self, but also in working with others from this experiential base. Thank you so much. And let's see where Tom's at. Hi, Tom. How you doing over there?
I'm experiencing clarity from Amy. If you take away pain and say fatigue, that was what was happening to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting shut down and kind of floating around, and as soon as she started to talk, I could feel the clearness coming up. But I started out today, I went to Qigong.
Yeah, Qigong. Wasn't it great?
I came out where I was just feeling this liquid light.
Liquid light.
And I was like, even when I moved my car, it was liquid light. The problem though was parking it. And then I came down here and then phenomena is happening. The main phenomena is you're talking.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I say these words and I hear these words and there's real pull to them. It's like I'm going to get hijacked by them. I want to jump on it. It's a little pony coming in. I fall in love with the pony and I want to jump on the pony and ride away and jump over the fence and out of the fence. But I don't jump on it. But I just love the pony.
Mm-hmm.
And then the pony just dissolves into this luminous light.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I just kind of soak in it. And it adds to the loving of it. It's kind of a joint loving. The pony loves me and I love it.
It's true. It's true.
And then a while, and as I started getting tired, I would kind of lose it. And it was like I went off with the pony.
Yes.
So but I could reach back and pull the kind of a wave of luminous light with me.
Cool.
And then we could just kind of slowly go together with the pony. That was an interesting morning.
beautifully described. And as Tom is describing that, two things are coming. One is how we're really very fortunate to have such a fantastic Qigong master who teaches from the Heart Essence tradition. Many Qigong frames are Dantian alone. You with me? And they're very good and strong. But to have when Qigong comes from the Heart Essence tradition, then you're going beyond the energetic dimension into the light dimension. It opens up the light dimension. And it's really, really cool. And he's really a really great, great Qigong master. Very fortunate and happy. And the second thing, this is a side comment, but when people have this awareness opening for them, and Tom is describing it in an excellent way, but sometimes when you have that, you become more aware of the pull of objects. You become more aware of the magnetic dimension of objects. You with me? And so sometimes you can be walking or there's a person and you're much more sensitive to the magnetic dimension of phenomena arising. And you can feel these strange pulls into people. And sometimes you can be driving. I know people who have come to work. They're driving, and they're getting pulled into. So all this sensitivity of gnosis, of direct perception, is an exquisite two-edged sword. You with me? And as we're born in baby gnosis, we know this, we're doing baby gnosis, typically with that direct perception that we come in with as babies, as the mind formulates and things, the boundaries get clearer, the sheaths get stronger, and we start mediating more stuff through our mind alone. There are people, sometimes because of good events, or sometimes because of really bad events, or whatever events, that formulation doesn't necessarily take place. So they grow up with this direct perception, and it's really hard to negotiate. But in the learning to negotiate those circumstances, that's how they gain mastery. We all gain mastery through circumstances, right? That's why the path is the method is our circumstances. But you really made that so wonderfully clear, and how you negotiated and worked with that magnetic pole is really cool. Raise your hands if you follow what we were talking about just now, and you can feel that. How are you? With this review, we're seeing everybody today. How are you doing? Welcome back. What's happening?
Well, I'm landing
You're landing. Where you been? Where you been going?
in France.
Oh, great. Fantastic. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Good food?
Good,
Great food.
really orgasmic food.
Oh, God, yes. More, please. One more time. So, welcome back. What's it like as you land here this morning?
Feeling more settled and doing coming more into my body.
Coming more into your body, yes. What's it like to feel yourself coming into the embodiment again?
Real.
Real.
Yeah.
Okay, would anybody else like to share anything? Yes, please.
Get somebody on the computer.
Oh, yeah. Who's on the computer? I can't see. Oh, there's... Hi, Gisela, welcome back. Can you turn the... Hi. How are you doing? I think you might have to turn to demute yourself. Great, now we can hear you.
I'm doing well, thank you. I especially connected today with Jan speaking.
Yes.
I experienced everything that she was saying as she was saying it, and then felt the mutual connection with Elizabeth. I wanted to say one other thing.
Yes, please.
When I experienced the popping into awareness spontaneously, it always occurs with a giggle.
Yes.
It just happens. And to feel that spontaneity of knowing I'm
being able to gauge the reaction of others is just so delicious. The effortlessness of it is magical for me, and I'm so happy that it's happening more and more.
How is your healing coming along?
It's coming along well. Now that I'm off medication, I can actually meditate.
Great. The haze is gone.
Yes, and I will be there next week.
Great. We're going to send you together. We're all going to send you the energy today. Would that be okay with you?
I would love that. Thank you.
So we're going to focus on you. And we're going to hear Yongtang Rinpoche's great teaching. We're going to extend to you in the present right now. We're going to extend to you in the past. And we're going to extend to you in the future. And more or less we're extending from timeless awareness into you. At the level of timeless awareness, the Kunyungsyo takes place, and then it manifests in time. You having a good time right now?
Yes, thank you. I could experience this connection.
What's it like to be experiencing the connection at this moment?
Well, for one thing, I'm aware that I'm not in pain.
Todika.
I feel an expansion. I feel a connection with individuals, but also as a whole.
Isn't that interesting to have simultaneously individuals and yet the whole thing, the whole gestalt, if you wish, simultaneously?
Yes, yes.
We'll see you next week, okay?
Yes,
I'm gonna see who else is on there. There's Heidi, Juliet. And you know, one thing, we love everybody coming on, but part of the deal, if you're coming on, you have to be seen, okay? Because this is like being here. So if you guys don't mind actually being seen, because when we're seen, it actually raises the, heightens the drama. Hi, Heidi. How are you doing? We can't hear you. Hello? We can see you. Can you hear us, Heidi? Is she on mute?
Looks like she's trying to unmute.
The unmuting moment. The challenge. Ooh, there we go. Here we come. Okay, great. There we are.
Try now, Heidi.
Can we do it? Hi, you there?
Heidi?
She may not be.
She just chatted that she's in a public space.
Oh, we got it. Nope, we won't do it in public then. Thank you. What about Juliet? Juliet, are you there? Maybe not. Okay, but when you guys come on, part of the deal is you have to allow yourself to be seen, okay?
If they come on by phone, they can't.
Oh, if they come in by phone, they can't. That's great. Thank you. So here we are. So let's do a group experiment right now, okay? Should we do a whole thing or should we do... We should do a whole... We haven't done a whole thing. So let's do a geometry. We'll do a geometry this morning. We haven't done it in a while. So would you mind sitting there? And Lorette, would you mind sitting there? Would you mind sitting here? Would you mind just sitting right where you're at? Mimi, you want to sit there? You're going to turn your body this way, love. We love triangles here. How are you doing?
Thank you.
Good. You having a good time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. He's at the hotel nearby, a visitor. Okay.
Thank you for allowing me being with you.
Are you experiencing something?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it was. I had the fear that I couldn't understand anything, but it was very well. When we were speaking very slowly,
Slowly
that
grew.
helps me a lot.
Great. Do you feel the energy? Do you feel the energy in your
Of course,
body?
and I feel especially the space, the lightness.
The
here,
space,
you
the
feel
lightness.
very safe here.
Safe in that space,
I don't
you know?
really feel as a stranger. To be honest.
You're not. We're glad you're here. But see, the space of awareness is actually safe. Great, thank you. So here we are. So we're going to have some of the new visitors jump in, but first let's get it moving a little bit more. So will someone, would you mind jumping in the middle? Yes. Oh, both of you guys. My mind is blank sort of right now. Yeah. I go into like, but so here we are. So we're all going to extend to you guys. Can we touch you? Would it be okay if people touch you today a little bit? Because it's when you're in awareness and you're touching awareness, it actually ultimately enhances the bodily felt sense, and the container gets stronger. So we're going to focus in. We'll extend to you guys. I'm glad to have you both here. Let's extend the energy. The light, awareness entering awareness. The lucidity in them, meaning the lucidity in us and between us, huh? And then supporting that is the archetypical dimension, right? The archetypes. Energy, light, and we'll invoke again. We've been talking about the guru, right? So invoke the primordial guru who manifests within us, as us, and also manifests in great yogis. I've been focusing a lot on the relationship to the guru, that archetypical dimension, as a way of bringing that into more explicitness in our life. Huh? But it's not a thing, it's not an entity. Embodying that, it is the light of awareness itself. So much of this stuff is a tautology, saying the same thing over and over in different ways. Huh? And then if you want, you can lean into us in front of it, like you're leaning right through us. And it's not anything special about us. It's just how we can, as human beings, a little doorways for us to enter into the light of awareness. Huh? The mysterious conjunctio that Jung was preoccupied with. And without equality consciousness or equal vision, this becomes a distorted interaction. Without equality consciousness, without equality, all these things can be distorted. Great. So we're just going to make a few passes, and that passes helps support the body and has a clear SPHUE, and there's that felt sense. But this is all done in Qigong. There's always a closing. It's not locking in. It's just, you can feel this SPHUE around you where you go. Thank you so much. And maybe, Michael, do you mind sitting in the middle today? A visitor? And other visitors, would you guys mind coming if you want to? You don't have to. Great, thank you. Here we go, and great. And if anybody else who's new would like to come, you're welcome. You don't have to, but you're welcome to come. Great. And you're going to go there. Yes, great. So we're going to focus again. Would it be okay if people touch you just a little bit on your shoulders? Would that be okay if they touch you? It'd be just like that, just a simple touch. Yeah. Great. Just going to feel this touch, and you're going to feel. And as we touch people, we really are allowing the energy of the field to touch. You with me? And it's really basic to all the different healing traditions. So we're going to focus right now. Anybody sits in the middle, also it goes to them, but also extend this to their families, huh? Because the generational field is always around. So we'll extend inside to inside directly. We just always like thinking of our great teachers and lineages as we do this. King Robbery, William Vishen, So I thank you guys for coming for a visit. I'm so glad you dropped in. You can sit there for a while if you want, okay? Well, we actually have time for some more people, so thank you guys. 15 more minutes. Yeah. Somebody else want to come in the middle? Someone else would like to come in the middle? And I always like this little invocation. Great, thank you. Grant us the single blessing to realize that all appearances are dharmakaya. So we're going to focus again. We're going to go faster now, okay? More people can come in the middle today. We haven't done this in quite a time. And maybe, would you mind walking around, touching people around here? And Steve, would you mind touching the people over there? Thank you, guys. We have a few more minutes. Would you stay with it? Stay with it. Thank you so much. Great. And then, thanks so much. Great. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Two more people? Thank you. Welcome, Dawn. Somebody else? We'll stay doing this for a while. Everybody have a chance. Let's extend. Good to see you. Great. Let's extend inside to inside directly. There's a transmission beyond words and letters. It does not belong to any tradition. It's the very nature of human awareness itself. And that is the Buddha or Shiva or the Christos or whatever metaphor you like. It's a most wonderful statement, huh? You're going to support her back as she's going back. It's really good to support the person's back, Janie. You get up closer to her, and you're going to use your body to support her back, okay? And all that increases the resonance. And for some people in a very safe context, just to feel that releasing and being held is really very powerful. Light. Are you seeing the dakinis today, Dawn? No. Okay. They've left. No.
They're embodied.
They're embodied.
They're embodied.
Dawn has that capacity. Good wedding?
Wonderful. Very wonderful.
Let's extend. Great. Just focus on Mary Ann. That embodiment of light, resting, effortlessness. And these Dzogchen traditions, if you work too hard, nothing happens. That's why we have to free ourselves from obsessional mind, perfectionism. They call it completion a perfect path because you don't have to be perfect. It's not a rendition of the superego's requirements. Thank you guys so much.
As soon as you asked, they came.
They came. Good. We're glad they're here. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you so much. We like them here. That's why we have gratitude to each other, but we also have gratitude to that dimension that manifests, which is the guru or these archetypical supports. But it's never a one-person job. This entire drama is co-emergent. And to understand the co-emergence of it is truly liberating. Two awarenesses, better than one. But it's co-emergent. And that's democracy. as Earl Long, the wonderful governor of the state of Louisiana, would say, a chicken in every person's pot. I don't know where this comes from. Here we are. Maybe some more people come in the middle. Huh? Democracy roots, yes. Thank you. Right, thank you. Are you from Austin, Texas? Are you from Texas?
I have roots in Texas.
Roots in Texas, okay.
Boston.
Okay, great. Great, thank you. Here we are. Good to see you. So why don't you guys, we're going to shift a little bit, why don't you guys extend to us? We're going to do a reversal, okay? Let's see what happens, right? So you're going to extend to us. You're going to extend to moi, and to Elizabeth, and to Carol, and to Michael, and Skip. And then you're going to extend behind you that capacity of extending 360. Like that organization or the 360 evaluation. You know, the 360. Yeah. So 360. Really? Yeah. We take evaluation. 360.
I like that.
Let's feel the power of your own extension. Mm-hmm. So it's so interesting to feel that both that receptive and generative experience simultaneously, huh? Both generative and receiving simultaneously. They actually are very simultaneous. Generativity and receptivity. Simultaneous. So everyone can extend to us now. Everyone can extend. Generativity and receptivity simultaneously. It's like appearing and disappearing simultaneously, huh? Sometimes some of these teachings sound like only disappearance. That's all there is. That's a bad day. But actually, there's disappearance and appearing simultaneously, even in the moment of deathless awareness. Simultaneous. Actually, you can't have one without the other. To feel that and to know that is really wonderful. And then it helps you move through all sorts of events in our life. Say yes if you guys are following that. And so you notice it. A lot of things take place and we don't notice them. So when you notice it or you hear someone articulate it, it echoes to us, especially in the awareness field. Beyond words and letters, there's a transmission. It doesn't belong to any tradition. It's the very nature of human awareness itself. Thank you so much. Maybe two more people can come up. We're going to start inviting scholars to come here. When we first started off, we had scholars come. We had Dauman. What's Dauman's first name? Keith. We had Keith Dauman come. This was the the phase of the 80s. And then we had not Paul Muller, but Paul Mullins, the one, the tantric master, and and we had them, but we hadn't had enough transmissions yet. You with me? And so it was okay. It was a little bit. It was entertaining, but wasn't. But so we have a lot more transmissions, and so we're going to start inviting scholars. And I think we're inviting Michael Egan, who's a most wonderful. Everybody know Michael Egan? He's really perhaps one of the most fantastic psychoanalysts, and he has a text called Mystical Psychoanalysis, Psychotic Core, and he's a great human being, which is unusual for that sort of person. nonetheless, he's a magnificent person, and he'll be coming, and then we're going to have David Germano come, and then another person named Duckworth, and this will be over the things. Sometimes we'll have them come to the seminar. I don't know how I want to have a lot of people for this sort of thing, but where it's a more working experience, we'll probably have them come for the seminar, probably a 3-hour seminar that day. So that's on our agenda for right now. And I put that out to help it. You put those aspirations, right? Welcome, good to see you. So we'll extend to our friends here in the middle. Is it okay if we touch you? Great. I'm glad to have you here. Inside to inside directly. And sometimes if you arch your back a tiny little bit, makes a difference if you're male or female, you'll be opening up the Muladhara chakra a bit, so a lot more energy can come into you, just like a tiny little opening, a tiny little arch. And you can feel that energy coming through you, from the ground up, and then from around you. And we'll lean into our friends who are in the middle. Gonna lean into them. There's always there's always the drama as we do these practices of intimacy, huh? We don't know half the people here, and yet it's so direct. It's just, there's a stretch to it, huh? That inside to inside oneness, non-duality. The great master wrote Beginner's Mind, Zen Mind. He begins the chapter of that text on intimacy, this directness of perception, of relatedness. That's beyond the interpersonal. So it's about 12 o'clock. Let's rub our hands together and thank everybody for coming today. And we'll see each other next week. This Saturday, I'm not going to be here, but I'm going to give we're now recording Lama Tarchin's talks on, I'm putting it on CD. So I'm going to give Elizabeth the CD, and she will broadcast the same talk we had last week again. But you can hear Lama Tarchin over and over again, and it's so interesting listening to him, even though he's very clear, and you think you're hearing, then the next week, and then suddenly something else arises in it. And and his formulations I find really very, very wonderful and useful. So with that, we'll see each other next week. Happy holiday. And I would appreciate if you guys wouldn't mind, if you want to, just like Carolyn was talking about her experience, if you wouldn't mind, if you want to, you don't have to, okay? But you can send me an email on what's been taking place through this period of integrating your awareness into life, or your meditation into your experience, and your experience into meditation. And what's it like having witness consciousness dissolve? Witness. It was so so great too. In Eliot's writing, huh? As witness conscious dissolved, huh? Then his participation in everydayness became possible. It's quite elegant. Hasta la vista. Thank you guys. See you later. Thanks. I'm going that way more and more. I'm going that way.
Well, I am too. I'm really wanting my next book, which I've just begun, to be on multidimensionality.
That's it.
Yes.
This is paper.